for me, girl. Cake body, girl. Hey. Girl, you worth it. Bit you perfect. Ah, your body hot. Yes, burning. Watch how your foot them rock with my curtain. Are you no virgin? That me certain. Lego the phone, sexy better in a person. Back it up, reverse it. Your body curvy. And if you sell, bet me I go purchase. Take body girl, take body girl. Take body girl, take body girl. Sun hot but we no stray for me girl. Take body girl. Hey. No girl can't come in on me yard, we go sit down. Girl take body and left out. That I know, my reason for below. In a ya, something my body below. I know me young, yes, but me no restless. I no time we go skip and watch Netflix. Girl, you nice body and me and chest. Let me knock it off a head chest. Spread out on my bed, rock up on your head. Pull your G-string like a whole violin. Me no pet girl, rock you like a whole Chevrolet. Shh, shh. You know see the neighbor rest. Sit down for you, stand up for you, rock out for you. Girl, what I'm to you.
Girl, I want to be up on
Take body girl, take body girl. Take body girl, take body girl. Sit down for you, stand up for you, rock out for you. Girl, what I'm to you.
Girl, I want to be up on
No girl can't come in on me yard, we go sit down. Girl take body and left out. That I know, my reason for below. In a ya, something my body below. I know me young, yes, but me no restless. I no time we go skip and watch Netflix. Girl, you nice body and me and chest. Let me knock it off a head chest. Hey girl, today you gon' learn. Body gon' burn, but me no concern. Twist girl, turn, swallow them. You trip like pipe bus and you no bring germ. Body well firm, that I my term. No you have a man, but now I my turn. Living on your good body like worm. Take body girl, take body girl. Take body girl, take body girl. Sun hot but we no stray for me girl. Take body girl, hey. Girl you worth it, bit you perfect. Ah your body hot, yes burning. Watch how your foot them rock with my curtain. Are you no virgin? That me certain. Lego the phone, sexy better in a person. Back it up, reverse it. Your body curvy, and if you sell, bet me I go purchase. Take body girl, take body girl. Take body girl, take body girl. Sun hot but we no stray for me girl. Take body girl. Hey. No girl can't come in on me yard, we go sit down. Girl take body and left out. That I know, my reason for below. In a ya, something my body below. I know me young, yes, but me no restless. I no time we go skip and watch Netflix. Girl, you nice body and me and chest. Let me knock it off a head chest. Spread up on my bed, rock up on your head. Pull your G-string like a whole violin. Me no pet girl, rock you like a whole Chevrolet. Shh, shh. You know see the neighbor rest. Sit down for you, stand up for you, rock out for you. Girl, what I'm to you.
Girl, I want to be up on
Take body girl, take body girl. Take body girl, take body girl. Sun hot but we no stray for me girl. Take body girl, hey.
Trinidad and Tobago, what's up? It's your boy Smitty on HODP. This is your show that is maybe all powered by Jiggles Entertainment as well as HODP. So guys, watch me. I just want to say that I apologize for not being around as much. Hey, watch me. Sometimes life just lifing, and life has really been lifing for me specifically. So I apologize. All right. You know, at the end of the day, to run a show just like this, you need sponsors, you need assistants, and you need guests. And unfortunately, how things run, you know, you still have to work and do all these type of things, have a family and whatever the case is. So it's a bit difficult to get everything together, and that's something I have to work on. And I apologize to you guys profusely. As well as we are actually on the Aisha Wells show. So for those of you who are probably wondering, where Aisha by? Well, Aisha is still there. Remember, we were doing some back work, getting things organized for you guys, getting things organized for us. So Aisha is still there on the Aisha Wells show. We're just doing some things a little different, tweaking here and there and whatever the case is. And she is currently better. She's no longer underneath the weather, but she's still recuperating and getting her vibes back into her. So when she comes for the September to Remember, that is what we're going to be calling our new September drive. It's called September to Remember, where we are actually going to be pushing out a bunch of different shows. So yes, we are going to have the stalwarts of shows that you have grown to love, and we have grown to love producing for you. But we're also going to be giving you some new shows, just pushing it out there so that you have enough content so you could keep coming back to it over and over and over. And that's what we're going to be doing. So once again, your September to remember. Also, you're hearing that song, right? Take body girl, take body girl, take body girl, take body girl. That is our new artist. He was just pushed out the other day on a particular radio station. Can I call the radio station, guys? Yes? So he was just pushed out on Slam 105. He was pushed out on Slam the other day. But I tell him, hey, watch me. The song bad. I know songs. I may not be as good as you guys, but I know songs. And I'm telling you, trust me, that song, mad. It's bad. Take body girl, take body girl. I know some other people have actually said take body girl in different songs. But the rhythm, the beat, the tone, the pitch, it works for him. And the fact that he is a youth that come from the ground, that said to himself, I am going to be a man of the fabric. I am going to be a man of the fabric of society that's not going to be doing that stupidness that a lot of our other young youths are doing, speaks volumes. And we as entrepreneurs, we as social media influencers, and even though I don't like to call myself a social media influencer, I guess at some point I have to kind of say that I am, even if I have 7 people, I am still influencing people. And we need to showcase these people as doing good. We can't be doing things like this and just showcasing to people the bad and the wrong and the off. We gotta showcase to people that it have fellas outside there, it have women outside there that still have the values of the old time days. You remember the song, Bring Back the Old Time Days? We still have some people who still embody that and mixing it up a little bit with the new age. Because, I mean, let's face facts. Take Body Girl wasn't going to come out in 1970s, 80s, and 90s and thing. It wasn't going to come out then, right? So it's a new thing, but at the same time, it embodies the fact that a young man is trying to do something different who from the ground, and we want to showcase that. Yeah. So I think I've spoken quite a bit. Our new client, Mr. Umar, came to us with something a bit different. He didn't want to have to talk about doing a paternity test because he believes that his child is his child and he claims his child proudly. What he did want to tell us about was the trials and tribulations that he's having with his ex, in the fact that he has not seen his child in over a decade. And he came to us with that story and we wanted to highlight it. Yeah? So are we going to showcase it anytime? No? Okay. So apparently we're not ready to showcase it. So he wanted to showcase that or to tell us about it and wanted to have a message to some of the other men outside there of what to do. Because I will be very, very honest with you guys. It was difficult for me to hear his story and realize that there is something wrong with all due respect. And I mean, I'm not casting any aspersions on anybody in particular. There is something wrong with according to what he said, our judicial system. There's something wrong with it. Someone needs to take a little look at it and see where the ball was dropped, especially in his circumstance. We need to take a look at the judicial system and find out what could be done better to help persons like him, as well as to holistically give people a vibe of competency that they could come to the judiciary and get something resolved that is happening to them in their life, in a particular matter, whatever the case is. Because I'm not hearing that confidence coming from Joe Public right now. Right? So, guys, you ready? All right, so we are ready. We're going to be showing Mr. Omar, I believe, the very first part of our show. This is Daddy's Maybe, your boy Smitty. Take a look at this. Now, we have a special guest here today. When I say special, he's not here for the typical paternity test. He's here because he has an issue. an issue that needs to be aired for other men like himself, like myself, like you, to ventilate, for people to understand that men are really going through it here. Yeah? To the point where we are actually going to be literally live talking to Mr. Rondell Fields of the Fathers Association, formerly known as the Single Fathers Association, because this situation is a little ticklish. This situation kind of sounding as if it might have, how do I say it, by? More in the mortar than the pestle. So, I'm going to introduce you. I don't want to call his name. So what name can we call you now?
Umar.
We'll call him Mr. Umar, because Mr. Umar has elected to keep his face blocked. So we'll say Mr. Umar for now. So Mr. Umar, you tell me when I walk in here not to say Mr. Why you tell me not to say Mr.?
Because Mr. is something that we used to get licks for.
You used to get licks for?
Yeah. If you ain't called the master, Mr., they used to beat it. That's slavery.
Right.
So now that African people supposed to have freedom, and Mr. is a kind of embarrassment. Come like I meet you and I say, Grand Rising. And you say, good morning. When I tell you Grand Rising, I tell you, Grand Rising is all praises due to the good Lord here. You wake up to see a day.
Right.
So if I tell you good morning, that means when I see you this evening, I gotta say good evening. So Grand Rising covering everything.
Understood.
I'm an African, and I strongly believe in cutting out the Christianity way and all them kind of way, because after watching at what going on in this place, we getting fight down right through, because I going through a little proceedings.
Okay.
And
so let's get into that.
Yeah.
What proceedings are you going into? You have a family?
Yes, I have a family.
Well, tell me about your family and what's going on with you.
I have a child with a girl. We was going on good. She was living by her and I living by me. I used to visit her. She told me she was going to do some business and she have a family friend coming to help her. And on Friday, I go on across. I see her daughter on the chair with her hands swell up and bend up. I said, what happened to you? She said, Mommy beat me. I said, what Mommy beat you for? So I get vexed and I went in the bedroom and I asked the girl, I said, what you lash the girl for? What you lash her for? She was 14 years. Her friend who come to help her, she catch his hand down inside the girl breast, feeding up the girl. I said, so I looking all below the bed and all kind of thing. Because I say, well, he dead below the bed. I looking at help she get rid of the body.
Okay.
He gone. I said, so he gone and you be that child? I said, he's a big man.
Okay.
And that your family. Then she turned around and said, not a family, is a friend of the family. I said, so you ain't be the man, you be the child? I said, yeah, what's going on now? You could call it what you want it, but this is how it is. It must have been love, but it's over now. It must have been good, but you lost it somehow. I said, I go mind my child. My child was about a month and something. I said, I go mind my child. I can't be with somebody too ignorant boy.
Right.
So I leave.
And he took the child?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So I leave. 2 weeks after, she called me and she tell me she want a crib.
Okay.
I said, girl, me buy no crib. I go buy a bed and 4 pillow. A nice small bed and 4 pillow. She said, she sister, get a crib. So she had to get a crib. And if I ain't buy it, she go put me in court. I said, well, you do what you want to do. I can't stop you from putting me in court. Okay. So she did put me in court.
All right.
Going to court every 10 days. I had to go to court. I had to take a day from work.
All right.
The magistrate put it as $250 a week. He said, let run so for a trial period.
Okay.
It run Boom, she come up and say she want custody. I said, give me a neighbor this court thing, you know. Or they take the custody, you know. So when I go on to court, the man, she said she want to get custody. I said, well, you're not going to give her it because I'm not going by no police station to pick up no child.
All right.
And drop back no child by no police station.
All right.
I not in that.
All right.
Man, she said, then they say I'm going to get shit, you know. I say, yeah, and I can't come back here. I had to put it off. Then this, I said, nah, give her it. I good. So I mining the child.
How long ago that was?
That was 11 years ago.
Okay, so we have a time span now.
Yeah.
11 years ago.
The last time I see the child was 3 months.
And that was 11 years ago?
Yeah.
So the child should be close to...
The child going to be 12 years just now.
Okay, so you haven't seen your child in about 10 years to 11 years?
Yeah. And I pay any maintenance.
All the time. All right, so where the problem comes in now?
What I paid, I get a phone call. I have a warrant. I find that warrant keep coming up.
But you wasn't paying all the time?
Yeah, I pay. But I get 2 warrants in 1 week. So a policeman tell me, he say, hey, check out that, you know. You cannot get 2 warrants in 1 month. Something wrong. So when I go to the court now and I explain myself to the magistrate, the magistrate stand down the case and they carry me back downstairs.
Okay.
Only the magistrate said and say it's a mistake was being made to let me go.
And somebody came and told you that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, she have somebody in the court. She knows somebody in the court. So warrant alone coming out for me. So I do so now. I talk to the policeman. I said, well, I want to see the child here. Well, you got to bring she up to get to see the child.
Correct.
We keep going to the JP. And the JP putting all the things. So the policeman now say, I'm only doing this because I know what you're going through. You know. He waiting for she to come and pick up the money. She never come.
Oh, okay. So, okay, let me jump in here. So what you're saying is that you did the process because your particular matter done.
Yeah.
So your particular matter done, and you had to go and get a summons to be issued to her
To get
to start a new
to see the child.
Well, to start a new case.
Yeah.
Right. And the officer said that he would wait.
Yeah.
For when she come to pick up the money.
Yeah, because I don't know which part she living. She was living Maloney and she moved out to Maloney.
Right.
And I don't know which part she is.
And that was never, that summons has never been
Every
served.
time he waiting. I believe he was waiting. You got a spy on him and on. The man was really waiting.
All right.
She never come. The day he ain't go there to wait, then she pick up the maintenance money.
Wow. So she has never gotten served with the summons.
Never.
So there ought not to be a fresh case before any master or magistrate.
No.
Okay.
And then now the other day I pay him nothing. And next one come up for me.
And it's still paying on the...
Yeah, still paying.
So that first matter come undone, but you're still paying?
Yeah, still paying. I pay.
So how you manage to get a warrant?
Then the policeman said, well, what happened? You ain't paying now? I show him that I pay.
Right.
Only to understand that the maintenance was raised behind my back.
So let me talk to Trinidad. It is possible that somebody, they call it ex parte. It is possible for somebody to go before a court, and if you don't come, they call it ex parte, and the magistrate, the master, gives the judgment without you being there. Right? Without you being there. That is what it's called, ex parte. But what I'm trying to understand with you, Mr. Umar, is that if it is the summons was not served on the woman, how it is you end up before the court again for it to get what is called a variance on the particular order? I don't understand that.
No, I don't know.
Well, Trinidad, this is what we're going to do right now. We literally have the president of the Fathers Association on the line, Mr. Rondell Fields, and we're going to get his view on this. Mr. Hey guys, so we back, eh? Well, they listen to that, right? Well, they, I, well, they listen to that. The man is literally saying that he is paying and he gets in a warrant. How is that possible? A warrant coming out for you and you paying all the time. Hear what he's saying. Now, I don't know what's the word I want us to use, but I don't know intellectual when it comes to law and those type of things. They operated ex parte without the man being there. But he wasn't the one in our local parlance who get brought up. The woman who had to get brought up. So, okay, let me start over. To get in front of a magistrate or a master, a summons had to come to you. He went through his process because a summons come to him. He went through the process, the case come and done. He say, master, magistrate, let you have the child. But he find him the money a little too high. So okay, the money too high, a summons had to go out for her to come back. Even if he want to do a variation on that particular matter, another summons have to go out for she to come back. She never received the summons. So if she never received the summons, how does he end up before the court? Do you all understand what I'm saying so far? And then he's before the court. They operate ex parte, meaning he is not there. So they operate without him being there, in absence of, and still find on her when it was supposed to be he, Mr. Omar, bringing her up to vary the amount of money. Y'all following what I'm saying? How does that work? So again, I'm not casting any aspersions on the legal system, but it's sung like what Mr. Omar says, has some validity to it. That it has somebody in the background pulling a little strings on behalf of the woman. I don't know. I just saying. So if all you have any idea as to what may be going on, I hear somebody in the background calling a particular word. I will not call that word. Please link us. You could contact me at Jiggles Entertainment on any social media, right? About now, Facebook, whatever the case is, on Aisha Wells' Facebook page. Please put your comments. We'll look at it. We'll ventilate it. Even on TikTok, you guys on TikTok, if you have any questions or comments, please send it to me. What phone number are we using? Can we put up a phone number? So we'll put up the phone number that we're using. Call us. 476-7114 is the one that we're using tonight. 476-7114. Please tell us, because I genuinely trying to figure it out, because this not songing right to me. This songing like a whole Twilight movie. It's songing like a whole Twilight thing. Yeah? Because how you could get a summons? Well, not a summons. How you could get a judgment on a summons that wasn't even for you? The summons wasn't even for you. It was for somebody else. And you never get served the summons. And if I could be wrong, but even if they do operate out, ex parte and whatever the case is, they ought to give you the opportunity to have your say in court. They ought to. But again, I'm not a legal mind, and I don't pretend to be. If anyone who knows better than I can clarify it for us, for us, please do so. I have no problem in saying I am wrong, but I don't know. So we were about to go to Mr. Rondell Fields from the Fathers Association, formerly known as the Single Fathers Association, for him to clarify some things. The audio is a bit off because he was in a very crowded place at the time, so please bear with us. We also have two other videos that we want to show y'all that deals with fatherhood and whatnot as well. So please stick and stay with us. Going back to talk to Mr. Rondell Fields right now. Watch this. Feels?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, sir. So you would have heard what Mr. Omar would have said. What you think about this, and what can be done to assist him in this matter, boy?
Well, I mean, from what he said and what I've gathered thus far, I don't know if anywhere along the line, so the new maintenance issue, if he would have missed that payment anywhere along. I already said he paid them. I don't know if he would have missed anywhere. And a warrant keeps coming back out for him. I don't know. As I say, sometimes these things are difficult to track. I don't know if he's paying through the court-based system. I can imagine that he is.
Yeah.
And if he's paying through the court-based system, you should be notified by the app itself that you're behind on a payment. It comes up red then. But he's right. You're not supposed to have two warrants on the same account issue in the same month, because a warrant is pulled every 4 weeks. And 4 weeks.
Okay.
When 4 weeks elapses, then the person now has the authority to go and have a warrant come out. I think automatically with the court pay now, it comes out automatically. You don't even need to go in again. With the instance when it comes to access to the child, he would have already done what he is supposed to, which is to go before the court. And I understand what he's saying there when it comes to it's ready for the TTPS to serve it up on the mother. I know sometimes what they do is what he alluded to, like even if she's coming to collect at the court or coming to meet the JP for some other reason, the police sometimes, it's not really the JP, but the police really interact with the police. The police interact with the police, they come to the police, so then execute some order on them.
Right.
But if she doesn't show up, then he has an issue again,
right,
because they need to show up to serve it upon them.
Right. So how is it possible, Mr. Fields? How is it possible that he has literally two accounts open and paying maintenance on two different accounts? One that is varied and one that was $250. How much is the varied amount?
The varied amount I pay $2,000.
For the same child, he's paying two different types of two different maintenance, is it?
Yes, yes, sir. And he's saying that the varied amount is $2,000, whilst the other amount is $1,000. So $250, not even $250, a little more than $250 a week.
They raise it on me.
Sounds very strange that has taken place. It's not supposed to work like that for sure. He's paying. Now, if there's a variation
that he was not a part of.
Right. I expect a variation. Now, but that, as I rightly said before, if he was summoned to court and he didn't appear, and she was able to convince the magistrate or the master enough to think the child needed more money, and expect the order could be made in his absence until he appears. But still, he still needs to appear. He still will supposed to be given the chance to appear to answer, and then the magistrate at that point in time will adjust the interim order. The thing is, it's very strange. I mean, so you don't understand that.
No problem.
The issue I'm having is that if they vary the maintenance, let's say it was $1,000 and it's gone to $2,000 now, then you're not supposed to be paying the whole thing. You have to pay the new varied amount.
Right.
And if that is taking place, where is this matter at the family court?
No, Arima Magistrate.
Well, right. Well, then he needs to go to the magistrate court, tell them that he's now paying a varied amount and he wants to understand how he's paying a varied amount and the whole amount. That is something I've never heard of before.
Yeah, but the new amount that I paid, the new amount that I paid for $2,000, I worked at the corporation and I worked for $2,200 a fortnight.
Right. So what you're saying is that
I cannot pay that. I can't pay that big one. I can't pay the new one. Because I've had an 8-year-old daughter to see about my wife die during the COVID. And it's I alone had to maintain a house. My daughter is 8 years, carry her to school, see about her. So if I pay that, my daughter can't eat, she can't drink, and I can't eat and I can't drink. So then I can't work.
Nobody's disputing that. But the thing you gotta deal with the issue before you. The issue before you now is that you need to get all what you just tell me, you need to get before a magistrate or a master and tell them that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
So you need to go back to your family court and tell them that you need that you believe that the order was varied in ex parte.
Well, I kind of get into that because I got hold on a warrant for $10,000 last week.
Right.
And I tell them, the policeman tell me to tell them, I don't know nothing about that.
All right, guys. So all I heard from Mr. Umar, I don't understand. All I help me now. Those of you who know better than me, 476-7114, Aisha Wells page, HODP on YouTube, or even mine, Jiggles Entertainment on TikTok. All I talk to me and explain to me how in heaven's name you have a $10,000 warrant. You have two warrants in 1 month. When from what Mr. Fields just said, you can't get more than one warrant in less than 4 weeks. Can't get more than one warrant in less than 4 weeks. Explain that to me. Me not understanding it. I not understanding it. It don't make no sense to me. And then they get in to pay on two different accounts. When Mr. Fields says that that's the first time he's ever heard of that. To pay on two different maintenance accounts, even though one of them was varied, and you are not the person who bring them up in the local parlance. You didn't bring up, you brought up somebody. How is that possible? How does it you actually end up before a court in the first place? Think about it now, ladies and gentlemen. You trying to bring up somebody to vary an order that was done before. It was never served, but miraculously, they end up before the court. Remember, let me say it again, it was not served. But miraculously, you end up before the court to answer for variance, and it went up. And then you still have two to pay for. That making any sense? Okay, guys, I enable. That's a little too much for me. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. And even though we did it so long ago, I still can't get it out of my head. It don't make any sense. So let's hit on something a little less difficult. Let's talk about our September to remember. I know plenty of you wondering where's Aisha Wells, what's going on with the with HODP, whatever the case is. We are doing what is called a revamp. Aisha Wells herself was not well. She's better now, but she's still taking some time for herself and family. And that's very important whenever you think about it. Plain to bad matters. So our September to remember is coming with a lot of different changes, different shows that are going to be compelling, innovative, and just jaw-dropping, to be totally honest with you. And to be honest, I don't already know that we're going to have some spies and iniquities and flies. Basically coming around to sniff, you understand? And flies, just go about all kind of different things, but they like plenty food too. There's go on nasty things too, but they like plenty food. And we have plenty food right here in HODP. We have plenty food. Right? Jiggles Entertainment don't associate themselves with stupidness. You understand? We just associate ourselves with good things. So, as I was telling earlier, we have a show that basically deals with conversations. And this particular show is going to deal with persons from all walks of life. You see how those persons from foreign who came to our country and are able to go in the areas and talk to certain people. We're not going to play fast and pretend that our skin are black. We're not going to play fast. But we are going to try to solicit those same type of people to come to our studio and have a conversation with us. We have a voice note, so we're going to play that. We're going to play that one now. Okay. we're not going to be just talking to somebody who on a chair about the recent single. We're not just going to be doing that. This show, Conversations, is not going to just be that. It's going to be real issues with real people who are going to tackle real difficult problems that our society has been having. And we need to start having these difficult conversations. People living in HCC houses who only paying $50. And for some reason haven't paid for 2 years. We're going to have those real conversations about people. We're going to have some real conversations about persons who literally came back out, that was inside, and they was inside for certain types of assault. We're going to have those type of conversations with them as well. Yeah, so are we ready? Do we have the, all right, so we have the voice note. All right, so we're going to, is that it?
I ain't lying, eh? 2,000 to 3,000 a fortnight. That was she was. And these magistrates and them signing off on these things. I ain't lying, boy. See the system? Boy, some woman, them they're just wicked, boy.
Well, caller, we want to thank you so very much. 2,000 to 3,000, because if I'm not mistaken, he was paying $250. Well, they help me out with the maths. $250 by 4, that's what? That's $1,000. That's $1,000 a month that he had to pay. And then on this magic next account where the varied amount came up, that he didn't start that process. The person wasn't given the summons. The varied amount is now 2,000, and he has that, the aforementioned, the 1,000 plus the 2,000 to pay every month, and he only making, how much he said, $2,200 or so a fortnight. That don't make any sense. A magistrate really do that, boy? Nah, man. Nah, man. So we want to big up everybody on the live, the TikTok live. Coach Ra, she came back as soon as they see her client finished or cancelled. So we want to thank those people on the live, those people on Aisha Wells' show platform. So we have another video that we want to showcase. This is the same one or the different one? An addition. Okay, so we're going to go right back into that one. All right, stick and stay, guys. It's your boy, Smitty and Daddy's Maybe.
There was another part to this story that you had told me, the one that kind of touched me. I don't know if you want to go into it, it's up to you. But you spoke about you doing this by yourself without your wife, because your wife, unfortunately,
she passed away.
And our condolences from HODP and Jiggles Entertainment and Daddy's Maybe on the whole to that. So since you're doing it on your own, with the greatest amount of respect, how has that been?
Very hard.
I could only imagine.
Frustrating. Times you get negative thoughts. But all praises due to Olodumare, you know. You have to keep your head on your shoulder because I have a little daughter too.
How was she? Well, she probably hasn't met the other child.
No. She wouldn't.
Does she even know that you have one?
Yes, she knows.
And how does she feel about this situation? Has that even affected her?
No, she don't care about her.
But you have told her about it and those type of things?
Yeah, she know about it. She don't care. She don't.
Once it don't affect Daddy?
Yeah, it don't matter to her.
All right. And this circumstances that you've unfortunately had with the death of your wife and whatever and whatnot, you also said that it followed another death.
Yeah, my brother.
So you
and my father.
So your brother, your father, and your wife.
Yeah.
In what span we're looking at?
40 days.
What? Within 40 days?
Yeah, 40 days.
Your brother, your father, and your wife within 40 days?
Yeah.
Guys, so you heard that? I don't try and recap this. And because this is a lot to unpack. So for you, those of you who are just joining, this is Daddy's Maybe. We're not doing the traditional paternity test that we normally do. Someone by the name of Mr. Umar came to us and he wanted to discuss what he's going through, and he was basically telling us. So that's what you just saw. So if you're now joining us, thank you very much for joining us. But he's basically telling us he gets a warrant for $10,000. He gets a variance to that order that was already done. Get a variance for that order. He was the person bringing the person up, bringing his ex up. And all of a sudden, because he didn't know that he was supposed to go to court, they operated ex parte. Now he has 2 maintenance orders to pay for. One was $10,000. And he also has a daughter who's now 8 and another child. Another child that he hasn't seen in over a decade. This is a family man. And you're trying to tell me that he just went through a death within 40 days. 3 persons. I don't wanna mix it up. His wife, his father, and his brother. And we as people, his ex, a woman like many of y'all, didn't see it within all her heart, knowing that the man only making $2,200 a fortnight. Want him to pay over $3,000 a month in maintenance fees for one child? I mean, I is not no experts in them, but I just find that off, boy. I find that real off. Come on, people, that's $500 US. And it's our people outside in the US who paying literally what? $100 a month? $200 a month? But we down here in Trinidad and we paying $500 a month US? More than that, eh? Well, then, oh gosh, well, they talk to me, man. That don't make any sense, boy. Big man thing. You dig? You can't be doing that to people, Jed. So, if anybody who has any, please send it out. You heard what Mr. Rondell Fields said. And speaking of Mr. Rondell, do we have one? Apparently we have an outro. Okay. So we have something there that we're gonna share with you guys. Watch this.
The court system. The court system is a failure.
Talk to the camera, talk to them.
The court system is a big failure. This thing where you go into online, sometimes the internet drop and they're saying that you didn't appear.
Right.
Look, I see on a girl thing on a group of a woman didn't appear in court and she lost her house with 7 children.
Wow.
They come and they break down the house.
Wow.
Just because she didn't appear. This online thing, it ain't working. And matter to that, I lost $3,000 in that court by trying to put on it money, and it went. They said went in the wrong place, and I can't retrieve it. The court system is a failed system.
Do you think the court system is more for the woman, or it's balanced and fair?
The court system, in my situation, it's looking like it's for the woman.
That part.
But I want to think different, but it's hard for me to think. The court system. The court system is a failure.
Talk to the camera, talk to them.
The court system is a big failure. This thing where you go into online, sometimes the internet drop and they're saying that you didn't appear.
Right.
Look, I see on a girl thing on a group of a woman didn't appear in court and she lost her house with 7 children.
Wow.
They come and they break down the house.
Wow.
Just because she didn't appear. This online thing, it ain't working. And matter to that, I lost $3,000 in that court by trying to put on his money, and it when they say it went in the wrong place, and I can't retrieve it. The court system is a failed system.
Do you think the court system is more for the woman, or it's balanced and fair?
The court system in my situation, it's looking like it's for the woman. But I want to think different, but it's hard for me to think different because it looks like it's appearing it's only for a woman.
All right, guys. So once again, we're back. Yeah, so we had to break it up a little bit so that all I could understand what it is going on and whatever the case is. So the gentleman, Mr. Omar, is talking basically about our court system in that little piece right there. He not understanding it, and I not understanding it either. Now, I am not a professional. I don't know much about the law. I don't know much about the law system. I do know some things. And what he is basically saying is that he put in the money in a particular account that he knows that is, for lack of a better word, one thing. That account is one thing. So he put the money there. Only to hear the next account, remember this is 2 accounts maintenance-wise that he's trying to service. And when he puts in it where he thinks it's supposed to go, where he believes is the correct account, the next account gets in lamblas, getting a hit. And what happens there? Getting a warrant coming out on the name for that. And this is a man that wants to stand up as a man and do what he ought to do. I ain't lying, you know. Playing to a bad manners. People don't want to hear this, you know. But I can't say it, and all they go get vexed with me. Women, all they need to play a big role when it comes to our violence that's going on in the country right about now, you know. You all need to play a bigger role. I am sorry, yes. There are some women who are unfortunately getting taken out by these heartless men. But the vast majority of people who are getting taken out are men. And y'all are not supporting them. Y'all are not pulling them by the bootstraps. Y'all are not telling them, hey, this is the better way to go. But I can't tell y'all what y'all are doing. Y'all are forcing them, forcing their hand to go and do wrong things. To not only be able to stand up as a man and say, hey, here, I got this for the baby, I got this for the child, I got this for you. You're forcing them. What are we going to do, Trinidad and Tobago? How can we do better? So we have a clip. This is the last one, or are we going? Right. So this is a clip that I would like to show you guys. It is an example of what we are talking about here right now when it comes to what women and men do and the gap in between. Take the scene. This is Tyrese.
And letting it go?
Yeah, because you've been holding it the whole interview.
Okay.
I've been watching you.
You asked me the question.
I did, but I mean, I'm getting
You should have never asked the question
I love you,
if you didn't want to see
I love you, brother. I love you. I love you.
how hard it's been to get through.
I love you. I love you, black man.
Okay, do you not cry?
Absolutely.
You might not bring it to the radio,
Absolutely.
but this is what being grown
Thank
is.
you, brother.
I'm not doing this.
I need one. My makeup going to mess up.
Hear me.
My concealer
Hear
is
me.
sitting today.
See?
Hear me. Black men cry. When divorces happen, women aren't the only one that are devastated. When a miscarriage happens, women are not the only one that you should be checking on. When you can't put food on the table because your career goes up and then it goes down, stop calling, skipping over the man, and just checking on the woman. This is real shit out here. I'm gonna wipe my own tears.
Makeup. Messing up my makeup, Tyrese.
I love you, sis. When you do things from the heart, it affects hearts. That's what beautiful pain is. Y'all might outsell me the first week. I made a fucking classic. Some of the most legendary movies in the world didn't do well in the box office. Baby Boy bombed. Do your research. Is it a classic?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is Baby Boy a classic?
Hell yeah.
People didn't even know who the fuck I was as an actor when that movie came out.
Baby Boy, the only reason BET still got a network going.
Praise God. If the movie bombed in the box office,
Why is it the only movie that they still playing on BET every day? Don't confuse data and numbers and popularity with the reality of what affects hearts. I'm a grown-ass man, and I'm going to tell y'all something about 1992, as well as The Masked Singer when I did that show. Praise God for Nick Cantor. Shout out to him. I was really a masked singer. I needed that mask so fucking bad.
Wow.
I needed that money from that show so bad. I didn't have it in me to go stand on that fucking stage and sing, and praise God I had a mask on, because while I was on stage singing, if they had seen my face under that mask.
Right.
Listen, if it all ends for me tomorrow, I never sold you on fake. None of this jewelry on my arm is real. Don't love me because of no fucking diamonds. Take all this shit. This bracelet right here look real as a motherfucker. This shit was $23 on Amazon.
You said look real.
Nothing. Hear me out.
I didn't think it looked real.
It don't look fake, right? If you out here getting fake vagina over your fake jewelry, reality is reality. This shit is corny. It's all fake. It's all superficial. It doesn't mean anything.
All right, guys. So we're back. That is Maybe, your boy Smithy. The reason why it is we showed you that particular clip with that artist, Tyrese, was because we wanted you guys to understand that there is a genuine gap between men and women that doesn't need to be there. Our men cannot come to you holistically as men to women and be vulnerable. And that correlates directly with, and I'm speaking to Trinidad and Tobago specifically, that correlates to our violence that we have in our country. Our men have been cultured, have been associated and disassociated in a way that affects us fundamentally. We cannot come to you and talk to you about our issues. So what do? We go and talk to other men who are not in our shoes, who have been in certain types of other shoes, and try to liken it together. And what happens? We start to associate what they went through with what we're going through, and we start to feed off of each other. But if you're feeding off of a man that's broken, what am I going to be feeding? And what am I going to be eating? Brokenness. I'm going to start to be overwhelmed with the broken mirror theory. For those of you who don't know what it is, go and Google it. I know what I'm saying here, people. We need our women to bridge that gap with our men so that we start to be impactful. You heard what he said? You hear that? Even though I have one person on my life here, I have 17 on Aisha Wells there, a couple on YouTube. This is the very first, now I know it's have other people that try to do it, but this is the very first show that has ever been done in Trinidad and Tobago that deals with father and paternity and married it. So even though we don't have the numbers, this is impacting somebody. And if it impacts one person, we would have done our job. We need to start getting back to that. We need to start getting back to the Banyard days. We need to start getting back to Gael. We need to start getting back to bring back the old time days, the Beulah, the No Boundaries, bringing back local culture that speaks to local people about what local people are going through. That is what we need to do. I'm sorry that I sounded like a preaching, but Mr. Omar dealing with something that it is a cultural thing that only Trinidadians apparently understand. And we need things like this that showcase culturally, that showcase how to get out of it. Not just results, how to get out of what we're going through. Yeah? So, we're running out of time. I don't want to be this talking person, just talking. We have one more clip, but before we go back into that one more clip, I want to tell all you again, there's a September to remember coming up. There was Java singles. July, August is done. So we're going to something different. I want all you to look out for that. Aisha Wells is coming back, big and bold and better than ever. And if all you think that Aisha not going to talk about the issues, the political issues, all you strap in all your boots because she coming. So for those of you who want to get on the Aisha Wells bandwagon to promote whoever all you want to back up, that is the woman for all you. As well as sponsors, advertisers, jump on board with Smitty and Daddy's Maybe. I know this is different and all, if scared, people mightn't see it. But think about it. If you're actually supporting something that means something, don't you think that that matters to somebody? I want all of you to think about that. So we have that September to remember. If you guys are interested in advertising or to even communicating with us, you can communicate with us on HODP868 at gmail.com, Jiggles Entertainment 868 at gmail.com as well. And all social media platforms, you can contact me, Smitty, at 316-3696. I'll say it again, 316-3696. If you would like to communicate with me to be on this show or any of the subsequent shows that I'm going to have, you can communicate with me that way as well. I want all you to get serious, guys, because September is going to be a September to remember. And I want all you to be a part of the revolution because HODP is the revolution wave, and we're coming. This is our last clip that we're going to be taking in. This is Mr. Rondell Fields, who's going to be talking to you, for those of you who want to get in contact with him, how to go about doing it. He's no longer accepting just phone calls. Contact him this way. Watch this.
Trinidad and Tobago, this is Rondell Fields, President of the Fathers Association of Trinidad and Tobago, formerly known Single Fathers Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we see the messages on Facebook, we see it on TikTok, whether it's in my personal inboxes or whether it's in the Single Fathers Association inboxes. We are here to tell you that we have a weekly outreach collaboration, a program with Power 102 Digital. It's not on the radio, don't go looking for the radio. It is the old Power 102 FM, yes, but they have a platform, it's like a podcast platform on their Facebook page. So you're going to the Power 102 Facebook page, Power 102 Digital is what it's called, and we will be there every single Friday. The name of the segment is Hard Talk with the Fathers Association of Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be talking about custody issues, access issues, child maintenance issues, parental alienation issues, paternity fraud issues. Yes, when the child is not a man child and you're telling everybody that. Yes, these are the things that we're talking about. We know a number of you reach out to us for advice. Please call these numbers. We are a not-for-profit and we are volunteers. So we cannot answer your phone throughout the phone calls during the week, every single week. We stopped doing that almost a year now because we cannot do it. We are glad to have this opportunity at this time, and we're asking men and fathers who are going through these challenges, even girlfriends or even wives who are now stepmothers, or mothers of their other sons, reach out to get the information that you need, and make the men and them reach out to reach out to us every Friday from 4:15 to 6 p.m. Let me give you the numbers to call. 222-8255. If you don't have no money on your phone and you want a toll-free number to call, we have that too. 866-525-1099. Yes, I'm reading it out. WhatsApp message 318-1021. So these are the three numbers to reach out to us, get on to us every Friday from 4:15 to 6 p.m. We're looking to see the numbers quickly again. Normal phone call 222-8255. If you're looking for the toll free so you don't have to pay, it's 866-525-1099. If you want to send a WhatsApp message, it's 318-1021. So reach out to us every Friday 4:15 to 6 p.m. Thank you.